is that there's people that have gone through very similar things to me. There's people that are recovering in the same way that I am, and it's helpful, and it just really has been helpful to know that there's people out there that have been through things such as...
Yeah, and that sounds pretty like simple, because you've heard that I've heard that all my life, where they say you're not alone, and you kind of brush it off like, all right, whatever. But when you actually, in your specific scenario, hear someone relate like pretty like identically to what you said, then things change, I believe. But when people just tell you up front, like, oh, you're not alone, you're like, I don't know what you're saying. Like, I get it, but like...
It's not the same.
Like, you take that as just, because it's so general, you take that as, well, you're not the only one sad. It's like, I know that. That's not my... But when you really get into the specific problem, like you're saying, and someone's similar, you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
It makes you feel a lot better, I would imagine. But anyways, that wraps up another episode of Mental Fitness. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next Friday at 12 o'clock for another episode. Stay tuned for more 107.7 The Bronx. Thank you for watching.
Put those dumbbells away. That concludes another episode of Mental Fitness, underwritten by the Lawrence Alcohol and Drug Alliance. If you want another training session, go to 1077thebronx.com/mentalfitness to listen to our previous episodes and continue to train your brain. Now let's get back to something else that can help your mental health. Listening to the biggest hits and the best variety on 1077 The Bronx.
Ooh, sorry about that. There was technical difficulties over there. Give me a minute. All right, 1077 The Bronx, 1077thebronx.com. Winner of 3 2026 Intercollegiate Broadcasting System Media Awards, Best Honor Pledge Drive for our first ever radiothon, Best Giveaway for Wake Up Riders Morning Bagel Run and Jewelry Spree, and Best Poster for Jake Jobel's for Scream by Jake Jobel for Scream. Guys, I gotta make sure this is doing well, this is doing okay. I really hope I am not messing up again. I'm not trying to have a repeat of last week. This, you will have to give me a moment. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Just gotta do this before I go. Gotta go through with the show. Nothing like doing all that. All right, we live. It's Friday. It's 7:10, almost 7:11. You know what that means. You've made it through another week, which means it is another episode of your weekly scheduled programming, a Random Afterparty. Wait, we do have, oh man. I want to see if because I'm looking at hotkeys right now. I don't know if it's going to show up. I don't know if you're going to hear it or not, but like, nah, they ain't got the one I want. I might have to put in my own hotkeys for next week's episode. We'll see. All right, let me figure this out. Just know, welcome to Random After Party. I am your host. Hold on. Can it show my identity? Oh, that's what I did wrong. The visual identity's not on. It's gonna be a while for me to adjust to this live streaming while doing the radio thing. Like the radio I got down, it's just the live streaming bit that's gonna be a bit tricky. So hold with me. Hold on with me for a minute. I wanna see if I can. Will it show? It should show. I don't even know if it showed. But anyways, my name is Marcus, and I will be guiding you, well, just basically you're going to be sitting there and listening to me babble for like, what, a good chunk of an hour, 45 minutes. I want to say 45 minutes. Not even. But anyways, if you don't know what a Random After Party is, let me tell you before I don't say it again for the rest of this semester. Random After Party. One. You sit here, listen to the radio or on the stream, watch me say some babble, say some, random stuff. 2, I tell you the random stuff of the week. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's really nothing else to it. It's just a point it's literally a point and shoot type of show. So don't really expect too much from it yet, because I am still like trying to. Oh, somebody's locked out. No. All right, but let me get in. Before I get into what this episode is going to be about, I would like to go ahead and go to the shout outs of my personal shout outs of the week, because why bother? They made a big impact on me this week, so might as well shout them out for it. So, number 1, the snowstorm. Excuse me. That snowstorm was really crazy. I'm over here minding my business. It's like 4 p.m., not almost 5. I'm looking outside. Oh yeah, it's snowing. Why is it snowing? We ain't even doing nothing wrong. We're just trying to get our point. We're trying to get ourselves in the spring right now, but we can't even do that because there's got to be more snow. Stupid Puxatawny Phil. No. I know that. No, you're not zooming in. You're not. This camera's going to be the death of me one day. Oh boy. All right, cool. We're good. No zoom ins, nothing. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, how much we don't like Puxatawnyville, because that little gopher, is it a gopher, a groundhog? I don't care at this point. You could be a beaver for all I want, and you still can't let us have nothing. 6 more weeks of this. It's not even. This is gonna last like over spring break. Like I can't right now. This is why people have been making posts saying like, yeah, that groundhog's gonna get gotten, bro. Like I seen a video about that Puxatawnyville, right? Predicting the weather. You've seen it's salt shadow, so it's 6 more weeks of winter. You know what they said afterwards? Yeah, it was just them. It was just them and a grill, right? And I'm just like, why are they in a grill? And then before I could finish that thought, yeah, we can't handle, if that just proves to show you we can't handle this, the more snow, it's like, yo, wrap this up. Like, oh my God, I can't do it, bro. I really, really can't. Well, that's one, but on the caveat of that, it did make for a good snowball fight. I will talk about that later, but right after my main topic. Another shout out I want to give, to my friend. Oh, do I name names? I don't want to name names because, privacy. I don't know who's listening to this. Also, privacy. Like, if you're watching this, you probably might have seen this person on my story. I'm not giving my handles out yet. You're gonna have to find it yourself. But like, happy birthday. I want to say happy birthday to my great friend. Literally, I told you I was not naming names. Why am I saying it twice? But, Great. Man, I'm already losing it. I thought I had a plan. Too. I'm losing it. Ugh. My mom would be disappointed to see me now. She is seeing me now. Hi, Mom. All right, but shout out to her. She just turned 20, if anyone cares. I care, personally. That's why I'm shouting her out. Duh. But, she was like one of the first faces I've ever met. Like when I first moved in to my dorm. She lives in my dorm. And she's like let me formulate my words. One of the best friends I could have ever made and at this school. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But all in all, nothing really special. All in all, like, It's 20th birthday, celebrated her from what I've heard, she was doing work like consistently the entire week, and I was like, you had a work full. Like last time I saw her, it was like she bolted out our dorm because she had work to do. I was like, oh no. Ugh, she can't catch a break, not even in her 20s. In her 20s just started. Like, how in the world? Like, some workloads just be, I get that this is what they signed up for, but like, then again, when all that workload just stacks up into your day-to-day life, I'm just like, wow. And that's got to be me one day. I want to think about that right now. I just want to think about this after party. Speaking of which, that's all my shout outs of the week. At least I hope it is. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's all my shout outs of the week. No. So you may be wondering why I'm here. You may be wondering what it is, what I'm doing here today, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So, whoa. Did not mean to do that. Whoa. But this episode's basically gonna be like, let me give some background into it. So last week's episode was my first time live streaming, right? Cue the applause in your home. I'm not doing it right now. But afterwards, I literally went back to my room and started like packing, because the radio station, the radio station, aka the station you're watching right now, is basically saying, hey, you want to come to New York for us to give out the award, to show who's gonna win the awards that I just spoke about in the beginning of my show? They're like, yeah, we can do that. Hold on. Yeah, we can do that. And I was like, okay, cool. So basically, I'm gonna be talking about after the underrunning announcements. That's mainly gonna be this episode's topic. So it will be what happened in New York from my perspective, right? And a couple more side quests that happened along the week too. We'll see what happens. Right now it is 7:21, so might as well get myself into the underrunning announcements of the week. So bear with me here while I do my professional radio voice. Mark your calendars. 1077 The Bronx Excellent Egg Hunt is on its way. Join us on the Campus Mall on Tuesday, March 31st at 11 a.m. to experience the event the Bronx won Best Giveaway for at the 2025 IBS Media Awards. Don't forget, there are 10,000 eggs, 20,000 pieces of candy, and a chance to win so many cool prizes, including our biggest and most iconic prize, a 3 or 4 night Royal Caribbean cruise for 2 to the Bahamas, provided by Josh Harry Travel. For more details, including a list of other activities and bites to eat, go to 1077thebronx.com/egg hunt. We'll be back with more of a Random After Party after these underrunning announcements on the Princeton Review's number 18 ranked best college radio station, 1077 The Bronx.
Oh, it's so hot. I'm so hungry.
Today at 2520 Brunswick Pike, Lawrenceville.
This is how we advance.
1077 The Bronx has very exciting news. Our new video stream is officially live. Some of you are even watching it right now. Now you can listen to The Bronx on air, online, and on app. Now, on app. Now watch your favorite student shows live on the Bronx YouTube channel and at Facebook at 1077 The Bronx. Yeah. Including Bronx After Hours, Tri-State Sports Ramble, High Stakes, The Journey Across the Sports World, Cliff Notes, and now Wake Up Rider. Keep it tuned in to the Bronx to listen to, and also watch your favorite student shows now and in the future. Welcome back to Random Afterparty on your 5-time National Association of Broadcasters Marconi Radio Award nominated station, 1077 The Bronx. I almost lost my train of thought now that I'm back on air. I should be back on air. I am back on air. Sorry. Still got to get used to this. I'm like everywhere right now. Give me like several minutes. Hold on. All right. Cool. Now, back to what this episode was mainly supposed to be about before I got sidetracked. All right. So, what did I tell you last? The 1077 The Bronx, this radio station that you're currently watching or listening to right now, depending on wherever you are, invited me out to go be a part of their IBS Media Award trip to the IBS Media Awards for a day. And let me tell you, it was actually low-key kind of chill for like the most part, right? The trip there, it was very interesting because a lot of people were awake, but I didn't think some people were asleep on the bus, right? I was just listening to my headphones, just bumping the new Brent Faiyaz music, and it was just, hey. It was just like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? We were seeing all the new everything. We were seeing everything for the first time. For seeing everything for like a while now, because it's been a while since I've been to New York. I gotta stop fidgeting with this pocket. Because first time I've been to New York, I was with me. It was me, my brother, and my cousin's family, and my brother's mom. Right, and my brother's mom and like everyone else. Not everyone else, but like it was like cousin, my second cousin, my cousins, right? My brother's brother, my half brother, or at least my brother's brother, my brother's mom, and so I don't even know who the random. There was like this one girl in our family. There was one little girl in our family. I cannot name her for the life of me. I'm very sorry, but like I cannot name her for the life of me. So I'm not even gonna try. And the New York, like when I went to New York the first time, it was great. Got to see Ellis Island, saw the Statue of Liberty, ate at a really good restaurant because it was my cousin's birthday, the oldest cousin. And yeah, it was really, really sweet. I even got to see a glimpse of Times Square. Didn't get to see it this time though, because we were on a mission to see how good we were actually compared to all these other radio stations. Nah, I'm just playing. All the other radio stations and some of the TV news programs were chill. So I won't lie to you. Like, shout out to them. Shout out to all the contestants, or should I say nominees? Yeah, nominees sounds better than contestants. Why would I say contestants? But shout out to all of them. Shout out to all of the winners for the IBS Media Awards because it was a great time. And shout out to 1077 The Bronx for even thinking of inviting me over because, hey, it was better than just sitting in my dorm doing absolutely nothing. And I'm really appreciative of that. And let me tell you, I'm going to get into the nitty gritty, right? Because they're over here gonna talk about the real, right? They're over here talking about like all the awards they brought. I'm talking about the whole day itself, right? So when I got there, I had like a little side mission, was just to like take as many good photos that I can, right? And there were a lot of good photos that I took when I was in New York, right? But I won't lie to you. It was like the programs all the speakers, not all the speakers, but like all like the sections, I don't even know how to word it. There were like moments where like you had to go do like a little chat in the room just to like learn everything, right? I kid you not, the first one, right? The first one was the one I actually like paid attention to, because it took I'm watching you, camera. Do not zoom in on me. It zoomed. Dang. How to zoom out? Zoom out. Oh my God. Now I gotta figure this out now. Zoom out. Zoom out. There we go. Cool. This is gonna be like a reoccurring thing when I keep on streaming. So look forward to that. But back to what I was saying. Like all the sections where like they had people like talking about like their experiences, like some parts we got to learn about, like, oh yeah, finding your voice on radio, which I kind of need. Well, I don't want to say kind of. I do need, because, you know, I'm still like a rookie when it comes to this, even though it's like my second semester. So I'm not really, you know, ashamed, but like, then again, what am I to do? Then again, like, you can't really do much but to like listen and learn. And it was just like that for like it was like an hour. Each session was like an hour, because there were 4 sessions, 5 in an entirety, right? There were 5 sessions, right? They had different rooms. They had everything to like figure out and all that. But all in all, it was okay. No, bro. Why is it doing that? I'll try to talk during this, but like, you know, but it was okay. The sessions were okay. The sessions weren't the bad part. It was just like very, very long and tiring. More tiring than some of the classes I had before. And I'm not just sectioning off like college. Some high school classes made me fall asleep too. Sorry, not sorry. But I think the one thing I took away from it was definitely how to find your voice on the radio or literally anywhere that, you know, you see fit. The keynote speaker, that little keynote speaker in the middle of the day, right before like the last two like what was it? Last 2 areas we had to go to. And the keynote speaker, I found her to be interesting. Her name was like Helen Little, I think. Shout out to her for 106.7 Light FM. Yeah, 106.7 Light FM, Helen Little. Shout out to her, because I actually got to take a picture. I actually got to take a picture of her, picture with her. And it was like, because afterwards she was speaking about her like experiences and all that, right? And it was nice to see how like she grew from the ranks up and get to where she is today, right? And right now I'm still like on day 1, kind of, but you know, I was speaking with her. Speaking with her, and I learned some like, hey, she threw out these little tidbits of like, oh yeah, she's like, you know, she's a Philadelphia fan. She's a Philadelphia native, like Philadelphia suburbs. I'm like, what? I'm like, hold on, Philadelphia suburbs. That's where I live, the Philadelphia suburbs. And then she was like, She was like, yeah. We like cheered for a minute, be like, yeah, Philadelphia. It was like, yeah, go Birds. That's when we really started being like, yeah. But yeah, go Birds. Go Birds. Someone did that. I bet you for $1. I wasn't looking around. I bet you someone did that in that little ballroom. I bet you someone did that. I don't have proof, but I bet you someone did that. On my soul, I bet you. But that's besides the point. I talked with her, and I was like, speaking with her, trying to get a picture. I was like, oh, you said you were, and the executive man, okay, the guy who runs it, John, our like, you know, our main GM, like not our student one, but our main GM, John, was asking, oh yeah, you said you lived in the Philadelphia suburbs. What part? And I was like, oh yeah, I live in Bucks County. I was like, wait a minute. I live in Bucks County. Wait a minute. Right? I'm not gonna be truly specific. Just know we said where, like, what part of Bucks County we lived in, and we were like, we're right next to each other. We're like, whoa. It was too surreal. She a Birds fan. She a real local, and she knows what she's doing. Plus, she a sister. Oh, Black History Month. Sometimes you bring out haymakers, and haymakers in ways I truly don't understand, but I humbly appreciate every single time. But all in all, but afterwards, it was the last 2 sessions of the day before the award ceremony, and let me tell you, I almost slept through both, because it was just like, it was at the point where it was like, oh yeah, hey, just this, that, suddenly turned into blah, 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 and then it got muffled out more and more as I put my headphones on. I was like, yeah, I'm losing. And I looked to the person next to me, I'm like, bro, I'm losing it right now. I can't. I had to wipe I was like yawning consistently. It was so bad the sessions weren't bad. It was just the fact that it was really long in the day. Like, I don't want to be rude. Like, I think it's just me. I think it was just me. I got a couple people from the station who also went, like, and vouched for it. It was just, like, really, really long. It was really long. Because there were some sessions, right, where we looked at it, and we were just like, oh. And it ended way earlier than expected. And a good majority of those sessions were just like questions that the audience had. And I was like, oh boy, we're gonna be here for a while. And I really can't. But, actually before that, before the keynote even, we was like, oh yeah, it's break, it's lunchtime, where are we going? I was like, You wanna go to Chipotle? I was like, okay, cool. I'm not eating any. Okay, cool. Like, they're over here like ordering something from Chipotle. I didn't get a single thing except a bottle of Sprite. And I'm not talking about those regular plastic bottles. I'm talking about those glass bottles you get when they get the cane sugar. I'm talking about those those special like glass bottles you open with like a you open with like a bottle opener. Yeah, those ones with the cane sugar. With the cane sugar too? Yeah. I had to try it because I remember trying the Fanta one with the cane sugar. I think I tried the Coca-Cola. Actually, no, I didn't. I didn't try the Coca-Cola. But yeah, it was good. It was a good time. It was good. The drink was the drink. Cane sugar never changed. If they use a substitute that somehow tastes better than cane sugar, I wish. That don't mean I'm not gonna have sugar in general. I still need that because, you know, the human atrophies and whatnot. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna stop talking. But it was but after the sessions hold on. Now I just realized there was another part because we're still in Chipotle. We had there was a whole argument, right? Because during one of our shows for 107.7 The Bronx, you know, your main regular schmegular morning show, Wake Up Rider. Yeah. Wake Up. They realized, like, this is Wake Up Rider, yeah! Those guys, shout out to them. But, like, they had a whole argument because apparently one of the shows that week, they did a little segment for, like, Am I the A-hole? And it was just, oh, yeah, because they were still arguing about it, being like, oh, yeah, you're wrong, bro. Because the whole thing was, am I the a-hole for not giving a random woman my pair of sweatpants, right? And I was like, no, you're not. In my head, they were like arguing so much. I had to think in my head for a minute. I was like, bro, you're not wrong. He's not wrong for that. I was like, they started putting the pieces together. It was like, oh yeah, he's not wrong for that. Thank you. The guy was like, thank you, bro. Like, my point exactly. He looked like he just got a whiff of vindication. A windful of vindication just hit him, right? And it was fun. And it was good. It was good for a minute. And then it was just, but, what else happened? Actually, that was like the one interesting part before like the award ceremony. But speaking of the award ceremony, which I'm finally getting to, it was actually not that bad. A lot of contestants again. Nominees! It's nominees, you idiot! It's nominees! Oh, I'm gonna get mad at myself. If I keep messing up. It's okay. The nominees, I pray I don't make that mistake again. There were a lot of nominees in there. A lot of awards and a lot of nominees, right? We were nominated with 8 intercollegiate awards. We came home with 3. You might have heard that many a time before. You might have seen the 3 that we came home with on the Bronx Instagram page. Go follow them. You know, I'm legally obligated to tell you to go follow them. Like, this isn't a joke. Like, go follow them right now as you're watching and just, 1077 The Bronx follow. Yeah, do that now. But it was actually nice because the times we did win something, we were so loud to the point where we're just like, whoa. my watch literally pinged that we were just like, it was like loud environment over 90 decibels 5 times. I was like, 5 times? We didn't even win 5 times. We should have won. Low-key, I think, and I'm low-key showing bias, put that stabilizer back on, camera. But I will say, me personally, I think our radio station should have won best college radio station under 10,000 students. But hey, beggars can't. We can't all be winners for some things, but at least we were winners for. We can't be winners for everything, but at least we were winners for some things, right? And as long as we were still winners at the end of the day, I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. I can't complain with everything that went on, right? I can't complain. Oh, I just realized I forgot something. Hold on. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about what happened afterward later. I just realized I am 1 minute away from supposedly supposed to go into underwriting announcements. God, okay. If you build it, our writer Bronx will devour it. Greedy goblins. including introducing the contest that will cement your legacy at Rider University forever. Announcing 1077 The Bronx first ever Build the Ultimate Bronc Witch competition. Be the Bronc who creates Ryder's new signature sandwich to be served at Muller's Pub and on the Yo Cuz Yellow Food Trailer. And we'll send you and a guest on a Royal Caribbean for 2 to the Bahamas. What's up with the Bahamas? What's up with Royal Caribbean? From Josh Harry Travel. What's up with Josh Harry Travel? However you slice it, this contest eats Bronx. Go to 1077thebronx.com/buildabronxwitch for complete details and how you can enter to win. We'll be back with more of a Random After Party after these underrunning announcements on your 3-time 2026 IBS Media Award winner, 1077 The Bronx.
Wake Up Rider on 1077 The Bronx needs you to tell Mother.
more about their many locations with a few more on the way, it's pancakes.com. Yep, you heard that right. Pancakes.com.
Give me a minute. Let me get it on the way. There is so much happening this spring at 107.7 The Bronx, which means there is a lot of behind-the-scenes content to be seen. Well, duh. Funny reels, station highlights, sponsored trips, and exclusive moments are just a few of those reasons why you should engage with The Bronx on social media. Keep up with The Bronx. Follow us on Instagram and Threads at 107.7 The Bronx, on TikTok at 107.7 The Bronx WRRC, and even on Facebook at 107.7 The Bronx. Some of you are even watching this on Facebook, surprisingly. Who knew? To see what we're up to on and off the air. Welcome back to a Random Afterparty on your 5-time NAB Marconi Award nominated college radio station, 107.7 The Bronx. Yee. Where was I before I got cut off last? Where was it? It was. Oh yeah, it was after the award ceremony, right? So after the award ceremony, it gets to. We get out of there, get out of the hotel. It's night, peak timing for photo shoots. But we had business to attend to because we had booked a little dinner on the paid for by the executive manager of the radio station. I think that's the title. I don't know. I gotta ask. It's but we got a little dinner going. We had a little dinner going on at Joe G's, a good Italian restaurant. Low key, it was good. I don't know what it is about Italian food made by actual Italians. It just tastes so much better. It just tastes so much better. I can't even lie to you. It really does. God. What I'd give to try that spaghetti what was it called? I wish I understood Italian. Spaghetti alla bolognese, I think. That's what it was called, right? But it was good. It was good eats, For dessert, they gave us a dessert menu. We were just oh yeah, you want what was it? What was the thing? It was tiramisu. And there was another dessert menu. Why am I blanking on it? It was right there. It's like a mini taco with chocolate chips and cream filled. Pause. Cannolis. That's what they were. Cannolis. It was either tiramisu or cannolis. Didn't really want a cannoli, so I tried a tiramisu. They presented it with class. I was like, what? What am I, in a fancy restaurant? I didn't even have to pay for anything. They just gave me tiramisu. Just be like, oh yeah, hit a tiramisu. And I was like, thank you. I had one bite of the tiramisu. Only one bite because I was stuffed to the brim from the from the spaghetti. Sorry, but oh no, it's following me again. Hey pal. All right, cool. And then that was basically it. For the trip. The ride home. That ride home though. The ride home I think it might be its own little story, depending on how much time I take off, but I literally have 2 minutes, so that might be talked about next week on next week's episode. But I will say this: thanks again for 107.7 The Bronx for inviting me out to experience their sponsored trips. It was if I had to rate it, I'd give it a good 8 out of 10. Because it was a free reason to go, a free trip to go to New York, plus you actually learn something. because it was not only because it was just a business. It is a business trip, but then again, we also managed to find ways to have fun with it too, and that was the best part. And that was the best part in my opinion. But hopefully enough, we get to do it again. But this, hopefully they get me back on that trip again. But this time for the NAB Marconi Awards, I might be overshooting my shot here, but I really hope we get nominated for a couple NAB Marconi Awards. Hopefully we do. Like, it's a wing and a prayer, literally. But as for this week's random after party, I do have to unfortunately stop everything, and I gotta hand it over to the next to the sports side of things, cause it is Friday. Friday night also does mean not only time for a random after party, but it's also time to ramble about sports too. So stay tuned for that one. So, but as always, thank you guys for watching and listening to a random after party. We will be back from 7 to 8 p.m. same time next week, every week except spring break. But maybe we'll have 2 hours next week, considering there is no OK Selections next week, if you heard. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. But we stay tuned for more of the biggest hits and best variety on the Princeton Review's number 18 Best College Radio Station, 3-time 2026 IBS Media Award winner, and 5-time NAB Marconi Award Radio Award nominee for College Radio Station of the Year, 1077 The Bronx and 1077thebronx.com. I have been Marcus Cully, and I will see you guys for our next random after party. Peace out, everybody.
1077